We've done more for, and I say this, I say it proudly, more for the black population than any president since Abraham Lincoln. That's a big statement. And crooked Joe Biden has done nothing for you except talk. It's only talk. It's all talk. He gets nothing. He gets nothing for anyone. He was lost. He's in Europe. He's walking around. He doesn't know where the hell he is, and he's supposed to help Detroit. I don't think so. But we achieved the lowest African-American unemployment rate and the lowest African-American poverty rate ever recorded during my 4 years. We lifted 6.6 million people out of poverty. Black Americans saw their largest increase in home ownership on record. There's never been anything like it. This is during our period of time. We gave record funding to historically black colleges and universities. You all know that, and got great support. And I will just tell you a quick story. The heads of the colleges would come to Washington once every year, and after 2 years, I said, why do you guys keep coming? And I liked them. I liked a couple of them, really, they're friends of mine, but the whole group was very, they were just terrific people, men and women heading up the colleges, and I said, why do you keep coming? Because they won't give us long-term financing. We have to come back every year. One said, and I say respectfully, he said, they make us feel like a bunch of beggars. We have to come back to Washington every year. I said, well, we're going to take care of that. And I got them actually more money than they asked for by far, and we got them long-term financing. And I said, the only thing sad is that I'll never see you again, probably. I will never meet you again, because we got used to meeting. I kept saying, and then after a couple of years, I said, why do you have to keep coming back? I mean, he said, we've been doing this for a long time, for 20 years, I guess. The one gentleman said he was there 20 years. He's been doing it for 20 years. I said, that's not right. And they do a very important job and a great job. And so I got you long-term financing, and I think all of them are voting for Trump. I don't know. I can't say maybe, but I'd say 99% of them. And if they aren't, I don't know what the hell the other side did, but we'll start an investigation or something, okay? We passed historic criminal justice reform, something that they've been after, people have been after for mostly the black community for years and years. And to get it done, they needed me. And as you know, President Obama tried. Biden doesn't even try. Well, he doesn't have to, because we got it done, but we're going to get it improved. But President Obama tried, was unable to get it done. You needed conservative votes, and I got conservative votes, and we got criminal justice reform done. Nobody else could have done that. And we're very proud of it. And when I left office, we had no inflation. Gasoline was less than $2. The 30-year mortgage was at 2.6%. The border was secure. Wages were rising, and the jobs were the best in the history of our country. For African American, for black Americans, the jobs were the best in the history of our country. Other than that, what did I do? Not that much. Not that much. Now watch, the press will put that on. I didn't do that much, because they're bad people. You know, they're bad. That's why they're the fake news. You have the same problem that I do. They're fake news. So Biden, on the other hand, Biden wrote the devastating 1994 crime bill, talking about super predators. That was Biden. You know, he walks around now talking about the black vote. He's the king of the super predators, and he wrote the 1994 crime bill that you talk about so much. I guess everybody here knows about that, especially if you happen to be black. And he was the one with the super predators. So just please remember that when you think you're going to vote Democrat, because you shouldn't vote Democrat. Biden's inflation. Thank you. That's a big deal, too, because, you know, he tries to pretend like, oh, you know, nothing happened, nothing happened. He was the one. Biden's inflation has cost a typical American family $28,000. Millions of illegal aliens are pouring in, and they're taking your jobs. The black community is being hurt more by the illegal aliens, 16, 17 million. They're taking your jobs. You're down 6-7% from where you were just 3 years ago with me. And it's going much lower because millions and millions of people are coming into your communities. It's no longer every state is a border state. You've heard that. But they're coming into your community and they're taking your job. They're affecting the African Americans, and then after that, the Hispanic Americans more than any other group. And they're also affecting unions because unions are starting to lose their grip because of it. They've never seen it. We're being inundated. Think of it. Millions of people are coming in from prisons, from mental institutions. They're terrorists at levels that we have never seen before. And in 2019, we had a survey done. How many terrorists were coming in? That was a Trump year, 2019. They said none. Now, I don't even believe that. I think that's too good. I wish the fake news wasn't fake then, but it was done by Border Patrol, etc. And they said no terrorists came in 2019. I can't believe that. But as soon as they took over, they have thousands of terrorists coming into our country. And we're all going to be hearing about that. We have to get them out. One of the first things we're doing is we're getting them out, right? They're coming in at levels never seen before. I say that by the time we get him out, and again, he's the worst president in the history of our country. Yeah. And you know what? He's been the worst president for black people. He's been the worst president for Hispanic people. There's never been anybody so bad. And remember what I said about the crime bill. Under Biden, real wages for African-American workers are down 6%. That's the biggest decrease ever in a short period of time. You're down 6% since he took over. 100% of the net jobs created under Biden have gone to the illegals. Did you know that? 100% of the jobs created have gone to illegals. And then you're supposed to vote for this guy, and he doesn't know the difference. You're not talking about him. You're talking about people that control him. Fascists, communists, people that want to see our country destroyed. So I'm going to quickly rebuild the greatest economy in history. We had the greatest economy in history. We're going to stop inflation. And remember, even if you were making the same thing as you were made, you were losing a fortune because with food prices and with all of the prices of interest rates, which went so high, and you can't get money, but with interest rates, housing costs, rent costs, all of the different costs, you're talking about 30, 40, and even 50%, depending on what items you want to use. And people were making, if you're making the same amount of money, even if you made more, you're way behind the 8 ball. And people that actually, somebody said, gee, I've been treated nicely, I got wage increases, but I'm losing a fortune compared to when Trump was running things. We had almost no inflation, and they had inflation of a number, the real number, if you really get into the real number, it's probably 40 or 50% when you add things up, when you don't just put in the numbers that they want to hear. Look at just the cost of energy. I'm going to save the auto industry. Instead, we're going to be building all cars, not just electric cars. It's ridiculous. They don't go far. And they're fine. Some people might want them. And we're going to rebuild Detroit. We're going to get the car companies. Under Biden, you're not going to have any more car business, and whoever Sean Fain is, he's the head of the union. I can tell you the United Auto Workers are voting for Trump. This guy went along with this ridiculous concept of switching over to all electric cars. They're all going to be made in China. They're very expensive, and they don't go far. They don't go far. So we're going to end that on day one. We're going to end that mandate. And if you want an electric car, you'll absolutely get it. But you'll get gasoline and you'll get hybrids. You'll get whatever it is. And we'll make sure that it's done. We're going to seal the border, and we're going to stop the invasion of your jobs and the invasion of our country. It's an invasion of your jobs. They are taking away your jobs when they pour in. And it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. They're taking away your jobs. We'll bring back public safety and defend our communities for law-abiding American citizens. We need, look, the crime is most rampant right here and in African-American communities. And more people see me and they say, sir, we want protection. We want police to protect us. We don't want to get robbed and mugged and beat up or killed because we want to walk across the street to buy a loaf of bread. They want it so badly. The fake news doesn't talk about it. But the black population wants law enforcement more than any other population. So I think it's an important thing to say.